My friends, I see you come again. As always, sit down, relax, get the popcorn, and enjoy. Because today we're going to do another scary compilation. And this one is a 76th episode, and it's coming from Bizarre Bob. So, relax and get scared.
April 16 of 2023 at around 12 a.m., a man named Jacob wakes up to a strange noise outside his room. Trembling with fear, he gets out of bed and encounters something that leaves him extremely unnerved. Now, not too long ago, I featured a video from Jacob, who you may remember as the man who inherited an old house and a creepy clown doll that both belonged to his grandmother. The clown doll, known as Jeffrey, scares him.
Jeffrey.
Because of this, he keeps Jeffrey locked up in a separate room away from him. But then one night, something happens that spooks Jacob out of his mind. It's close to midnight when a loud bang wakes him up. He hears a couple more noises before suddenly realizing that the sounds are coming from the room next to his where the clown doll was put. What happens next scares the living daylights out of him. Take a look.
I just heard banging.
Jeffrey's like, come over. Close the creaking door. Do you know some kind of thing that's a bat, a piece of stick or something? So come all over the head. Come on now. You're gonna go in there. Oh yeah. That's an old house. Don't lock me. Oh, it ain't Jeffrey. It ain't Jeffrey, homie. There's something else in there. Oh my god. There's something else in there. That ain't Bumble Jeffrey. That is not no Bumble Jeffrey.
As Jacob checks the room where the sounds were coming from, a loud noise is heard from downstairs. He looks nervously down the staircase when suddenly the sound of footsteps going up the stairs is heard. Yet, as he looks closely, no one appears to be there. He then quickly turns around to see the door opening slowly, showing Jeffrey, whose head is now in a different position. Initially seen facing the wall, the clown is now staring at the door. Jacob quickly ends the video here and locks himself in his room until the following morning. After this night, he was absolutely certain that Jeffrey was haunted. Afraid it might happen again or something worse may occur, he decides to move Jeffrey into the basement.
Another update. You know, I think I'm definitely gonna be moving Jeffrey. Like, with whatever happened last night, I don't want him near me. I'm gonna be putting him in the basement, so I'm gonna follow up. This is the results so far. I'm gonna leave him here for now, but I think I'm gonna put a camera here. Jeffrey's still here, so we're gonna see if there's anything I miss.
Why are you punishing Jeffrey?
Now, unlike before, Jacob will keep an eye on Jeffrey by placing a security camera in front of him. If anything happens, he'll be notified immediately via a notification sent by the camera. Fast forward to a few nights later, and he's notified of movement inside the basement. He checks the camera's live feed and sees that the camera is moving side to side. Now this didn't alarm him, as he forgot that the heater on which the camera was placed on top has a timer that turns it on and makes it oscillate. The heater had simply turned on during this time, but as he continues to watch, something happens that terrifies him to his core. Watch.
Jeffrey, what you planning in that corner, Jeffrey? Jeffrey's like, you can't see me.
As the camera oscillates from side to side, the clown's arm eerily moves on its own. Seconds later, the light bulb blows out in a loud explosion, making the basement completely dark.
Yeah.
Following that, a strange voice is heard whispering something that's hard to make out. Not much else happens after this, but everything that happened before was enough for Jacob to decide that Jeffrey should remain locked up in the basement. Jeffrey continues to be recorded in case he moves again. For now, no further updates have been posted by Jacob, but until then, this video remains a mystery.
People will do anything for content. If I was in that house and I record that and I see that, Jeffrey was out of that house. I'm burning Jeffrey. He gone. That's what I'm saying. I like how Jeffrey was like chilling there, and then the light is on, and then the light go off, and Jeffrey he put out the John Cena, man. You can't see me. Bloody human trying to mess with me. But you move it from the room next to you. After Jeffrey done looked at you like, you locked me in, and then you put it downstairs in the basement where all things go bump at night. You want Jeffrey to come up there and jump on you and deal with you, don't you? Come on now. Get Jeffrey out of that house.
This next video comes from a man whose entire home is filled with Bibles and other religious artifacts that he worships on the daily. If he's not praying, then he's most likely sitting at his piano playing a song with verses from the Bible. Pretty much everything he has or does in this apartment is based on something religious. Now you might be thinking that this man is simply devoted to his religion. While that's partly true, the main reason as to why he prays a lot has to do with something completely different. As it turns out, this man has been experiencing strange happenings in his home. Ever since visiting his father's gravesite at the cemetery, he can't shake the feeling that something has followed him home. Whatever it might be, he's deeply afraid of it. For this reason, he's been praying and singing religious songs more so than usual as an attempt to get rid of the evil entity that now lives in his home. One day, while taking a nap, he wakes up to a loud noise in the living room. He grabs his phone and records this.
Bueno, estoy grabando este video porque estoy tratando de dormir, pero acabo de escuchar un golpe duro por allá en la sala, entonces decidí grabar porque hace días que se viene presentando cosas extrañas en el apartamento. Son las 4.
It's in an apartment.
Cuarto.
Claro, get a new one.
Entonces,
But
parece
it's
muy
a
extraño que
house.
hasta ahora
It's an apartment.
están sucediendo como cosas raras. Entonces,
I hear voices.
comedor. Miren, es en el comedor.
A ghost is sitting in front of the vanity beautifying
Tengo las
itself.
ventanas cerradas. No,
It's a female ghost.
esto viene sucediendo hace como una semana ya. Pues la verdad se me hace muy extraño. Se me hace muy extraño que estén pasando cosas así.
Feeling slightly unnerved, the man sees a set of eating utensils swaying side to side as though a strong breeze had passed by. But as the man points
that's not a
out,
vanity.
all windows are closed shut. Naturally, he was stricken with fear, but not as much as the next incident, as what happens then leaves him terribly shaken up. A few days after this occurrence, the man uploads a video in which he appears to be deeply distressed.
That's a dining room
Watch.
set. This is in the afternoon. It's not even at night. What's up with ghosts always wanted to mess with pianos, huh? Come play for me. I want to hear some of your hymns.
En el nombre de Jesús te ordeno que te vayas. En el nombre de Jesús ordeno que te vayas.
You come here. That's what that means. See,
No tienes derecho de estar aquí. Ordeno que te vas.
I've translated ghost. It's a nice apartment. No wonder why he doesn't want to leave. It's got 2 bedrooms.
Ordeno que te vas en el nombre de Jesús.
That's a translation right there. Oh boy. Deep. He went for the bass.
Appearing to be fed up with the supposed spirit, the man tells the spirit to leave at once. But after having done so, a piano key is seemingly pressed by an unseen force. The man quickly rushes out of the room in a panic frenzy. It was now clear to him that something was provoking him. But as if that wasn't obvious enough, 4 days later, this happens. It's 3 in the morning when the man and his girlfriend, who was staying the night, wake up to strange noises. What happens next leaves them highly unsettled. Take a look.
Bueno, voy a grabar este video porque nuevamente se están escuchando en el apartamento ruidos. Son las 3 de la mañana con 16 minutos y... Escucha, escucha, escucha. Sí, amor, sí, se escucha. Es en la sala. Sí. Escucha, escucha. Esta vez no estoy solo, esta vez estoy con mi novia que por fin decidió venir a acompañarme, pues estaba asustada debido a todas estas cosas que están pasando. ¿Dónde es eso, amor? La cocina. ¿Qué fue eso?
Here we go. I told you that was a female ghost.
¿Qué es aquí, amor? ¿Qué es aquí?
Told you that was a female ghost.
Amor, ¿qué es
You
acá?
done brought a woman in the house, boy.
Prende la luz, prende la luz.
Brought another woman in the house. She pissed.
En el nombre de Jesús, manifiéstate.
That didn't work the last time, homie. You got an emphatic no.
Parece que es una cosita. En el nombre de Jesús, manifiéstate.
He's got a Matrix poster.
Vaya para el cuarto.
He's in the Matrix now.
¿Qué fue eso? Se tumbó la historia.
I'll play a romantic ditty for you and your little woman.
Manifiéstate en el nombre de Jesús. Te ordeno que te manifiestes. ¿Qué fue lo que sonó así ahorita, no?
Una cosita.
Mira, amor, mira. ¿Ves que no mentiras, amor? Es un vaso.
All the cabinets are open.
Es un vaso. Y mira, todos los cajones están abiertos.
That's a jealous ghost.
¿Qué es lo que pasa aquí, Dios mío?
Taking into consideration the culture, yeah, she's in the kitchen. Man,
Strangely,
boy.
the wind chimes move on their own, and the kitchen appears to be ransacked. Yet according to the man, no signs of forced entry were seen anywhere in the house. Further adding to the strangeness, the man says that his girlfriend felt very ill only minutes after this incident. Whether or not this had something to do with her sudden illness is unknown. But considering what happened only days later, the man can't help but think that the spirit was responsible for this. It's late at night, and the man is once again woken up by mysterious noises when this is captured.
See, I would be sleeping with all the lights on. I turn off one light. I don't care if my light bill is crazy high. I'm sleeping with all the lights on. No, she didn't mess with the kitchen this time. Because the woman ain't there. Hey, baby. I'm home. She's still bad.
Without warning, the sound of footsteps charging at full throttle can be heard heading towards the man before being attacked by an unseen presence. Scared stiff, the man stands in silence while trying to process what just happened. He then picks up his phone and ends the video here. Although undoubtedly strange, viewers find it stranger that the man doesn't turn on the lights in most of these incidents. But the reason for this, according to him, is that the lights for most of the rooms are located at the main entrance, which he stays away from as he's too scared to approach. Whether ghost or not, the man continues to pray and read passages from the Bible in the hopes that doing so would get rid of the strange presence that haunts him.
I told you all there was a female ghost. You understand? She got piano, come play with me. Pay attention to me. Love me. Brought that woman in the house, boy. Ooh, she went nuts that night. Even made that woman sick. And why you gonna bring your woman, your lady friend into the house where you know stuff is haunted? I would dump him. He's got a jealous ghost following him around. He ain't never get married. He ain't gonna never have children because that ghost is gonna be doing stuff. And when you take into consideration the culture, because it sounds like a South American culture, and women are known for being in the kitchen more than men, that's why she tear up the kitchen. Yeah, she tear up that kitchen because she saw that other woman in the house. Invest in a flashlight, homie. Come on now. Invest in a flashlight running around in the dark, you know what I mean? And it happened that he got ran over 4 days after that the woman was in the house. That ghost is mad, boy. Oh, you brought another woman in here? Blam! Yeah, yeah.
In early January of 2023, a woman named Nancy Malkin had a very strange encounter with something in her child's bedroom. Nancy says that the reason she had went up to her son's bedroom in the first place was because she saw something quite unusual on the security camera that's placed in his room. She had woken up from a nap before looking over at the camera's live feed and seeing a strange orb flying around her son's toys. It would seem to zip around in a strange way and react to objects it touched as though it had a mind of its own. Now, Nancy had been looking at this orb for quite some time. More than 5 minutes have passed since initially spotting the mysterious orb, and still, it continued to float around in the same spot. Now, curious as to what exactly was being caught on camera, she walks over to her son's room, but strangely finds nothing there. Nothing visible could be seen with her naked eye, but on camera, she could still see the ball of light floating around the same spot. In this short clip, Nancy's observing the orb via the security camera's live feed on her phone. Mind you, that without the phone, she can't see anything in person. While looking at the live feed, she sees the ball of light moving frenetically. Watch.
He's now investigating her.
Now at one point, Nancy starts to communicate with the orb. She tells it to touch her hand when something pretty interesting happens. The orb quickly moves away from her hand as though she had scared it. Nancy decides to leave this mysterious orb alone and call it a day. The orb continues to fly around the same spot even after she goes. But only minutes later, after rechecking the camera, the orb is no longer there. It has simply vanished. Ever since recording this, the orb hasn't shown itself again. Nancy believes that this mysterious orb might have been the spirit of a child as it kept floating around her son's toys. Perhaps it just wanted to play with them, as Nancy states. But whatever it might have been, she claims that this mysterious orb was intelligent as it responded to everything she did. To this day, she still questions what this ball of light was doing inside her son's bedroom. If you caught something creepy on camera,
No. It could be a ghost. Or it could be something biological. But let's think about it, okay? Viruses float around in this atmosphere and we don't see it, but it affects us, right? So maybe it's like a harmless virus that's floating around and it could be caught by the camera. You know what I mean? And or it could be like some kind of a bug we haven't discovered yet. Because after she put her hand out, it went away from her. Maybe something we can't see with the naked eye. But it's there because we don't know what's around us, really. If we don't have the capacity or capability to see stuff, God knows what's floating around us. If viruses could float around us without us seeing it, maybe other things could float around us without seeing it. I mean, maybe that's where pins and needles come from. If you lay a certain way, certain things are drawn to that spot, and then it feels like if something is poking you, but it's actually unseen bugs. You see, I'm going crazy, ain't I? I'm trying to explain this away scientifically.
or if there's any ghost videos you'd like me to check out and include in the next compilation, you can send them over to scaryvideos444@gmail.com. That being said, let's get back to the video. There's an apartment in Poland where something very strange has been going on. The man who lives there claims that whenever he's by himself, he can't help but feel as though someone else is inside. When his roommates are gone and he has the place to himself, weird noises happen out of nowhere.
Your roommates
Now, what
want you
makes
to
these
move out.
occurrences extra strange is that they always seem to happen during the nighttime. Knowing when they usually occur, the man has his phone ready in hand and proceeds to record the following video. No one else is home when this is captured.
Hej, ogólnie to od jakiegoś czasu cały czas coś, właśnie takie dziwne hałasy.
The lights just flicker
Ja
off.
pierdolę, co to? Jak?
Why did you turn the... Okay, what's that? Why did you turn the light off? Oh, boy. He was brushing his teeth. You know, he was cleaning up, getting ready for bed.
Mysteriously, the bathroom faucet is left running as though someone or something had turned it on. The man shuts it off while seeming confused as to how it turned on by itself. He heads back to his room when eerily the light switch, which he just turned on, is immediately turned off. It seems that whoever or whatever was on the other end of the hall had switched off the light. Now this wouldn't be the end of it, as only a few nights later, something just as creepy happens. It's nighttime when the man recording hears banging noises outside his door. With his heart pounding in his ears, he records this.
Nie, ja pierdolę.
Sounds like that ghost is sticking a cleaning again in that bathroom. Nice kitchen. I like that checker windows. Man, that's one clean ghost. That's one clean
Co jest, kurwa?
Like something straight out of a horror movie, the man peeks out from his bedroom, peering into the darkness of the hallway to see if anyone's there. Finding nobody inside the bathroom, the man quickly walks back to his room, but stops in his tracks upon noticing the sudden mess in the kitchen. Appearing as though a massive earthquake had struck the place, the man runs back into his room in full terror before ending the video. What happened that night has left him shaken up. It's unknown if the man continues to live inside the apartment, as no updates or new videos have been posted. But as with most videos, I'll let you come up with your own conclusions. Is something living inside this man's apartment? Or might there be an explanation for all that's happened?
I want the history of that man and his roommates. Because every time they leave, stuff happened to him. I wonder if they don't like him and, they want him out, so they keep staging these things to get him, spooked out and leave. Because it seems to be escalated. They're trying to get my man to leave. Of course, it's Poland too, you know what I mean? And most of those buildings are like older buildings, and you could tell it is an older building. So somebody could be coming in the house and doing stuff, but then why would they leave the sink running? You think if they're sneaking in to do their vibe, they'll turn it off and disappear, you know what I mean? But hey.
In this next video, two friends are hosting a live stream when something pretty spooky is captured live. Now, the two boys in this video often do live streams while playing video games late at night. It just so happens that this particular incident took place during an all-nighter, where around 5 in the morning, a strange noise is heard in the kitchen. The two usually play in the living room, so the noise was close by when it happened. The boys thought it was a family member who was grabbing a morning snack, so they shrugged it off and didn't think much of it. But later on, something happens that grabs their full attention and prompts them to end the live stream immediately. While playing in the dark, this happens.
Oh, hijo, dale. Hacer una bola, no van a poner. Dale. ¿Qué es esto? Fíjate si está niñito por ahí. ¿Qué va? No se cerrar. Ya, exacto. Iba a llevar tu pez. Las 5 ya son. Las 5 ya son.
Sit down, fella, sit down.
At first, the fridge door seemingly opens on its own, as though someone had gone over to grab a snack. At least that's what the two boys thought, considering that one of them has a brother who wakes up around this time to cook something up. Thinking that he left the fridge door open by accident, one of them gets up to close it. But as they walk back, this happens. A chair swiftly moves on its own by more than a few inches, causing both friends to freeze in their tracks. It was at this point that they both knew that something unexplainable had occurred, something supernatural. Viewers believe so too, but as always, I'll let you be the judge on that. Had something paranormal occurred, or had something else happened here? Thanks for watching.
Oh, wow. Now that last flick there, plausible explanation. Family member, know they playing late. He said he had a brother. Sounds like some mischievous stuff is going on there. You understand? But if that's the case, how did the fridge just open? How could, because there's no place for him to hide and have a string to the door to pull the door open. Or even the chair. You know what I mean? That had been like an elaborate hoax where he's in a totally different room and he have a string and he pull the chair, but then the chair wouldn't move in such a leveled direction. They're disturbing the ghost with the bloody video game. That ghost is like, I tried to get some damn rest here and you're all there kickling, cackling and playing this bloody video games. You kids and your video games, I will haunt you. And also, man, just get a priest. Stop trying to do the thing yourself. Them priests could chase out anything. Get you a priest if you think you're haunted. They know how to do it right. Maybe they haunted themselves. But you know what? If you like the dark, this is the place for you. So come on back.